A 4,000-kilometre undersea cable is being laid so that morning tea in London can run on Moroccan sunshine. Yet the same desert panels guzzle up to 3 million cubic meters of dwindling water every year. Can one nation light two continents without drying its own wells? Mission Brief. In the next 6 minutes, you'll ride Morocco's roller coaster quest to turn sand, wind, and salt into the engine, or the Achilles heel of a global green future. Desert chessboard. Imagine standing in a vast mirror sea where the sun blazes for more than 3,000 hours a year, nature's gigantic battery begging to be tapped. Morocco already draws 42% of its installed power capacity from renewables and vows to push that share to 52% by 2030. Think of the kingdom as a chess player. Sunlight is the queen, Atlantic wind the rook, and pumped water lakes the hidden pawns that keep the board balanced. Noor, the solar titan. Noor Ouarzazate sprawls across 30 square kilometers and delivers 580 megawatts, enough to power a small nation after sunset, thanks to molten-salt storage. But in 2024, a salt tank leak forced Noor 3 offline for months, a lava lamp nightmare that cost $47 million and reminded engineers that even sunshine has maintenance bills. Atlantic wind riders. So how do you keep the lights on when the tower springs a leak? Head west and you'll meet Tarfaya, 301 megawatts of turbines whipping coastal air into Africa's second largest wind farm. Each dawn, it writes a windy signature across Morocco's grid, trimming coal use hour by hour. The water battery. When gusts fade, water stored 800 meters above sea level at Afure and its younger cousin Abdelmoumen plunges through turbines, releasing 460 and 350 megawatts of instant backup. These pumped storage plants can flip between pumping and generating up to 20 times a day, like giant yo-yos stabilizing the grid. Desert to London power line. Next, zoom to Tauntaun, where Xlinks is building an 11.5 gigawatt solar wind battery complex. A quartet of high-voltage cables will snake 4,000 kilometers under the Atlantic, delivering 8% of Britain's electricity and running 7 million kettles on Saharan dawn. Why sell power abroad before every Moroccan home is decarbonized? The answer lies in foreign currency, technology transfer, and year-round demand that domestic nights can't yet swallow. Hydrogen oasis. To soak up future surpluses, Rabat cleared 1 million hectares for green hydrogen clusters. 6 flagship projects, worth nearly $33 billion, aim to turn desert electrons into ammonia and aviation fuel, while adding 15,000 jobs by the next decade. Jobs in the green wave. The wider energy transition could create 25,000 net jobs every year through 2050, according to the World Bank, highlighting a rare green path out of youth unemployment. Meanwhile, French utility Engie is exiting its 1.3 gigawatt Safi coal plant before 2027 to chase new wind, desalination, and transmission investments. The price of sunlight. Yet, each mirror cleaned at Noor siphons scarce reservoir water, up to 4.6 liters per kilowatt hour, more than double a wet-cooled coal plant. Farmers near Ouarzazate warn that the ocean of glass competes with orchards for every drop. Greenpeace adds another sting. Europe risks greenwashing by importing North African electrons, while Morocco still burns fossil fuel at home. The grid, too, must juggle midday solar peaks and steep evening drops, an engineering cliff that demands at least 2 gigawatts of ultra-flexible capacity this decade. Silicon Valley of sunlight. Morocco's renewable saga is a high-wire act in full daylight. Colossal progress, genuine peril. If the kingdom masters storage, water stewardship, and fair export deals, it can become the Silicon Valley of sunlight, proof that emerging nations need not choose between growth and green. But if cables sail north while wells run dry, the Mirror Sea could crack. The next decade will decide whether the desert turns into a global power socket or a cautionary mirage. Stay curious and think bigger. Subscribe to Thinking Scope for the stories that shape tomorrow's energy.